All right, we are live. It is happening. Believe Nation. We got Zan the Man in the house. No Drew today, which means we have to try extra hard to get wins because I want him to come back and show him that we just crushed. We crushed without him. Um, we'll see what happens. Zan the Man in the house as always. We got Posh Notions I see here.
Yeah, Posh is in the house.
Posh in the house. Welcome, Posh. Let's make sure I got all my stuff here. Okay, looking good. Let's go. Let's go get some gaming on here. How was Movie Makers today?
I know, wasn't it amazing?
First off, you brought some extra energy this morning.
Oh man, it's Movie Makers just does that to you.
You were yelling at people. You were like, "Get out of your chair, stand up, and dance! It's Thursday. Let's go!" It was some extra.
And I you know what? I'm always concerned about, because I don't know the adjustment of Michael, how they hear it. I'm always concerned if it's too loud. I'm thinking, well, if the music is too loud, if my voice is too loud, just turn your stuff down, because it's so hard to adjust it based on what other people.
You were like, "Let's go!" Jumping in the background. It was crazy, man. I was excited.
Fun, man. It was amazing.
Popping out the Calypso for Tess. It was great.
Oh, Tess she was so touched because, I mean, I didn't really know my stuff, and I don't like when I play something for someone, especially for someone like Tess. It sounds, you want to play something that's good for, like, oh, this sounds good, but I'm like no, I want to go to your heart where you can feel like, it's right here, and it makes such an impact. And it's like, oh my God, Tiny Whitey. It's like, how would you even know that? Like, well, this is what I do. But most people won't even know those songs because that's such an old school song for someone with a Caribbean heritage. And yeah, so I mean, I'm sure nobody else, maybe one or two or three other people on the stream might have knew that song, but I knew how to get to her in her heart.
Doing it.
And that song's like, oh my God, that's the best song ever. I get a kick out of that, man. You want to go for the heart, not just the ears. You want to go for the heart.
That was info packed session too.
Oh yeah, dude, I think people really appreciate. I know I did. Really, people really appreciate how you pulled back the curtains and you showed us the secrets. You showed us your the recipe of why the food tastes so good. It's like the secret sauce to KFC chicken. You gave us like, oh, he does this, and it was so meticulous. It was so particular. People can definitely use that as a framework and a template to fill in the blanks for their own self.
There are some days where I've got a good amount of content, but then I like answering the questions while we go over it, which always extends it because I'm interacting and bringing additional stories to the table. But then every now and then there's one like this where there's just so much content that there's not as much interaction. It's like, okay, guys, I got to get through this.
Yeah.
We're going to learn today. Let's go. Anyway, so it was fun. All right.
But I think you probably know this already.
You're getting used to this whole eating on stream thing now.
I don't like it now. I don't like it. Because, because for me, it's part rude and it's part unprofessional. When I was in the industry and I was in the wedding industry and everything, they would bring my plate to the table, and you're right there in front of all the guests. I was like, no, I would take my plate and go to the kitchen and eat in the kitchen. Because they give you a plate for dinner.
Yeah.
I'll eat in the kitchen so I will not be in front of the guests.
Yeah.
And some guys like, oh, it's not a big deal. They gave you a setting. Like, I know, but I just don't like eating in front of the guests. If I can, by all means, like sometimes they bring my plate and I really can't leave my DJ booth because how everything is set up. So I would just sneak down here and eat. But I don't like eating in front of the guests. To me, it's unprofessional. And some guys have no problem with it. I'm not saying it was good or bad, but for me, I don't like eating in front of. It's just unprofessional.
We got to send them these videos. Now you're here eating on camera in front of a live audience.
I'm forced to.
Zoomed in on the face compared to just being somewhere in the distance.
I'm forced to, because I got, all the other things. I'm forced to. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, how's our chat? I saw Bonnie at the start. How are we doing?
They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. Okay, here we go. So Bonnie's in the house. We love Bonnie. Always love Bonnie. Woohoo! And Cynthia is in the house, and she said it was fantastic. Movie makers.
Movie makers.
And
All
let
right.
me make another quick point, real quick, so I won't have to think about this anymore. I think you might already know this. If you're not, then I'm making you aware of it. But what you did with movie makers and giving the to do this and the not to do, you made it. I think you gave a lot of people permission on running their business at the same time, spending personal relationship time, how you divvy that up, spending time with Nina, being open and honest about, sitting down, having dinner with her, how you spend time with Hayden, how everything is structured and scheduled out. Because I think sometimes when you're running a business, I hear a lot of people talk about how the guilt they feel because they spending so much time on the business but no time with the family. And I say, you know what? You can still schedule that in. It may not be 4 hours, but that 1 hour makes a big difference. Your son gets to look forward to it. I mean, it's all focused. And then you have your entertainment time or TV. I just think that just gives people more structure, more organization, and more permission.
All right.
And I think it makes a big difference because you show all the different categories. Yourself, spending time with yourself, exercising, writing, doing your business, how all the different things come together and complement one another.
Well, what's funny was it was my sister who asked for that topic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alex was his first time joining in, and Alex is, I invested.
He was great. What, you just see him dancing? Oh, Alex was great.
But Alex has known me for, he's the guy I spent the most time with. I used to spend all day, every day with him while we were building TDS. And even he was taking notes. And it's like, I've never heard you talk about this before. I'm going to try applying. What was his biggest, his favorite was how I end things 5 minutes early. Everything's a 25-minute or 55-minute. To have the 5-minute break for intention to get to the next thing. Like, I got to start doing that. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Totally agree. We had great breakout sessions. Yeah, it's nice. And okay, one last part. I'm gonna get to the questions, guys. Hold up, coming. But what make the breakout session so special, even now, is that now people get to come into the breakout session and say what their takeaway was, what actually they want to apply. You can see that they absorb the material, absorb the information. Even when someone comes in and say, you know what, guys, I got here late, but by them listening to everybody else's comments and answers, it's like, wow, they feel like they're gonna go back and watch anyways, but they feel like they've been filled in. So the breakout sessions are really important.
Oh, Nina's here.
Nina, hello, Nina. We're gonna get a lot of views now. Hello, Nina.
We're gonna get a lot of views now.
We love Nina.
Nina just brought a decaf coffee for me.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat say hi to Nina.
Can you see Nina? Can you see her? I don't think so.
Is that the Shanghai tower in the background?
Yes.
There's like
Shanghai
Tower.
Yeah, Zane changed his background. Yesterday's episode was all about the new
so
background.
you can see all the different symbols and monuments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got so let's see. Okay, real quick, we got let me move so you can see better. Can you see more?
Oh, she left.
Oh, okay, so we got, let's see, Cynthia, thank you for being here. And Posh says, I'm having one of those days where nothing is working. Help, please.
Well, you came to the right place.
And said, this isn't even typical. So talk to us, Posh. What are you going through? Tell us about the day.
It's already better because you decided to show up here and be with friends. It's already better.
Yes.
Community.
Yes. Community is everything. Yes. 50% of success is showing up, and you're here now. You're in the right place. You're gonna get the right energy. You're gonna get the right answers. You're here. So talk to us, Posh. You know you're special to us. So we're gonna handle this with some TLC. Okay. So Corey's always in the house. Corey, what's going on, brother? Yes. He says, hey, team. Corey's in the house.
Welcome, Corey.
And Khan Balak is in the house. Says, hey, what's up? What's I think you mean what's up.
All right. What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? And then Posh says hello, Nina. So talk to us, Posh, because we know you have a lot going on. Is it the kids? Is it the business? What? Talk to us. Okay, let's get some music going. And I'm gonna send Drew a message. Like, Drew, we miss you.
Drew. Yeah, he made it. He made it there safe.
He
What
did,
was your
you know,
biggest takeaway from Movie Makers today, Zane?
Wow. Let me see. Let me pick one. Um, mm, 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 mm. I like the structured routine of it all,
All right.
and I'm trying to think what's because I was relating it to what I have because me I know yeah I know because I know I always had the issue with like saying no. And so you have your routine, you have your boundaries, you stick to it. But I like the exceptions. I like the F
The
framework.
3 Fs. That was
Yeah.
so for you.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Fragile. It's like, come on, what's an F? What's an F? It was looking at feeble. Like, ooh, I don't like feeble.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Flow,
the way
family,
you did
and
the
fragile.
flow, family. Yeah, that was really good. Really, really good. Really, really good because it does make a big difference. So I'm like, yeah, this is really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a fun one, and I think it just made sense. One, because I usually always have 3 big ideas, so I need a third big idea. But also, like, what do you do when you don't stick to your to-do list, right? We have these intentions, but then what happens when you don't do it? When you don't stick to it? When is it okay? When is it not okay? Anyway, it was fun.
And also when there's going to be exceptions.
Yeah.
And you can't be rigid, like, oh no, I can't. No, there's things that happen outside of your control, and it comes into your world or into your sphere, and you have to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, then it's gonna deal with you. But you have to deal with it because you're not in this world by yourself.
Anyway, it was a ton of fun.
No, it was great. It was
Again,
fun.
it's the longest, like most effort, longest to think about in a while.
And no one else is out there, no really, like say major thought leader is breaking things down like that. Sometimes they give you a general idea. Oh, I get up and I do it, but they don't really break it down meticulously, detailed, orderly.
Hour
Okay,
by
so
hour.
Yep. Here's Posh. Okay, here we go. Yes, I definitely needed this. Oh, cool. It said, I swear Mercury is in retrograde because none of my machinery or computer or printers want to work. LOL. Even in movement makers, I couldn't zoom properly. I switched projects like 6 times. I feel like this is a test. Well, how bad do I really want this?
You got it. You got it, Bonnie.
Yep.
You're already feeling a little bit better because you saw Zane smile.
Oh, that's so cool. Very nice. Thank you. And then tough as mother tribe is in the house. What's up?
Oh,
What's up, toughest mother?
She's movement makers and brandlytics.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what toughest mother tribe.
I see her every week.
Nice.
Every week. It's the best.
And Bonnie got 2 big smiley faces. You know what? Because Bonnie, sometimes when you're going through all these different challenges and everything just hit you from different angles and you want to just curse it all out, and then you can come here and now you can breathe. You can get positive energy. It almost kind of refuels your motivation so you can go at it again. Because sometimes this stuff could be draining. It could be draining. And you come here and we are going to refill your tank. Or refuel your tank, and then you go back out there and knock them out. And look, see, even toughest mother trying says, "Hey, Posh, you got this."
Woo.
And if you didn't come here, you wouldn't be getting this. And so that's why come here. Let this be your refuge. Let this be your refill station, and then go back out there and knock them out. Because we're gonna be here. And you know what we're all about. You know. Yep. If I don't bring it, Evan's gonna bring it. If Evan doesn't bring it, Drew is gonna bring it. So you're gonna get it. And then not only that, you got all the people in the comment section. So you're gonna get something for sure.
We got Clubhouse tomorrow.
Oh my goodness! Are you excited?
I think it'll be fun. I just have to.
Have you
See,
thought about how
Clubhouse
you're gonna-
is a little awkward in that it only shows first names on the face, and you have to
Okay.
click on their profile to see their last name. And I don't know all of the new members by face yet, so oops, whoa. So we're gonna need Yelena's help, but she doesn't have an iPhone or iPad, so she's gonna be. It'll be a little awkward. So you have to go to the Facebook group, leave a message. I'm here, and then she'll let me know, and then I'll go find them in the group, in the Clubhouse, and bring them up. But I think it'll be tons of fun. I think it'll be fun. People are already asking, is this going to be every week? It's like, I don't know. Let's worry about just getting this one down before worrying about every week.
That's true. Let's get some music. Come on, DJ. Let's get some music.
I think it's going to be fun.
Dude, it was so much fun. Dude, just when I saw the look on Susie, she was dancing the salsa. You guys were dancing, and I put on. All I do is win. They all start jumping. I love it.
Oh,
man.
that's the one you were freaking out on. This is like you were singing it, you were yelling, you're telling people to put their hands up. It was great.
Oh yeah, dude. That is like a party anthem song.
You know what we missed this time though? Usually you are more encouraging of like, hey, welcome, turn on your cameras, let's celebrate together.
Yeah, I don't. This one took a different direction. I had no idea I was gonna be playing soca music. It's just different people bring out different things to you, but I do need to kind of stick to a structure. But everything was happening so fast. Everything was happening so fast because the way I had it in my mind, I was gonna set it up is like 10 minutes before you come on. I was going to actually play Calabria Remix.
Which you did.
But I was going to be announcing, hey guys, you want to see Evan and Nina dance? This next song coming up, but I was going to play the Calabria Remix first and then bring that in 7 minutes beforehand so that you guys have time to go back to your stations. Like dance maybe 2 minutes and then give you like 5 minutes before you have to come back on here live. But then when Tessa came in, everybody, it just took. And then Alex was in there. He was dancing. He was talking. It just. I had to respond to that.
All good.
Well,
it's a good reminder though to people may not be used to. We want to make it intimate, be able to see their faces instead of having.
I got to make sure. I got to make sure I get that in there because they need the call to action. They need that encouragement. Yeah. And I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't paying attention how many people had the cameras on or not, but I wasn't even paying attention. And I normally give a heads up. 5 minutes, Evan's coming on. Get those cameras ready. But I was just, I blame Tess for that because soca music does stuff to you. No, that's on me. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure I have my T's crossed, my I's dotted next time.
That's a minor thing.
Yeah. We'll get it together. Okay, this is good. So we got a conversation now with Posh.
Okay.
We're always doing our best here because it's all. Okay, let me see. Hold on.
What was that?
My alarm that she's on the way home.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
Yeah. Then I always want her to so I want to make sure everything's okay. So, anyways, we do our best here of trying to address everything as good as we can, but we have our limits because we can't see the face, we can't hear the words, so we have to go by text and then try to fill in the blanks. So that's why I try to keep everything together when they put different paragraphs together, so we can have the whole gist of it instead of the broken pieces.
Did we mess up somewhere? What happened?
No. I just think look. This is a good format, but it's limited.
Oh, okay. All right.
When you talk about communicating, because like when we have conversations about relationships or suicide or depression, you can't give sound bites. Those are some deep issues, and text cannot do it justice. Mm-hmm. So we do the best we can, and I think people understand that. and you know we have to rely on our experiences and our expertise and stuff like that. So let's see we can cause we really want to help Posh. She's we love Posh. So let's see. Let me try to put it all together. Okay, so Posh says, okay, so toughest tribe Jennifer. Hello. Okay, cool. Okay, so Posh says, yes, thank you. That's why I set a reminder to come tonight. My middle name is Tenacity. I like that.
Who's
But
that?
man,
Jennifer?
this is Posh speaking.
Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Someone gave a shout out. Tough as Mother Tribe said Jennifer.
Je-
So I don't know if she's
That's her name.
okay. Okay, cool. Jennifer.
Did you ask what her name was? I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's okay. We got it. So this is Posh speaking.
Okay.
Let me see. I want to make sure I put all this together because Toughest Mother has some questions. So good. Okay. So I can put all these together. Okay. So let me string Posh together. Then we can properly address her.
Okay.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So say yes. Thank you. I think this is too loud. Okay. She says, yes, thank you. That's why I set a reminder to come tonight. My middle name is Tenacity, but man, sometimes it's frustrating. And then she says, love you guys. She says, thank you at Toughest Mother. And she says, I may have to buy an old iPhone, LOL. And since she loved that song, what song?
Buy an old iPhone. Oh, to join Clubhouse. Yeah, it's a little annoying that it's only iPhone and iPad right now.
And what song do you love, Posh? Which one? We got so many songs. What song do you which song are you talking about? Okay, and then Toughest Mother says, question, Evan, best single advice you've ever been given?
My parents. You're Evan Chris Carmichael. You can do anything you believe that you can. Still the greatest piece of advice. That's why they're on the wall behind me. They weren't. I mean, they aren't. They're still alive. Super fortunate, but they're not entrepreneurs. They're not business people. But just the building up the confidence. It's where it all started. So it's still the best piece of advice.
Okay, so another question. Evan, I see on your website, this is by Toughest Mother. This is by Jennifer.
Okay.
Evan, I see on your website people you have invested in. They are all dudes. What's up with that? Explain your process of who you invest in. Thanks, and I say this with love.
Hey, no problem. I know it's love.
But hold on. But there is a sad part of me that there's no females in that section of your website.
Who's on the website? Can you go? I wonder who.
Yeah, I go right now.
Because I haven't updated the website in a while.
Yeah.
Because I think it's even going to get worse.
Yeah, and then she said,
I think it's going to get worse.
Also, I want to say I appreciate you multitasking, Evan. In general, multitasking is hard for men, women, and moms. Women and moms multitask all day long. So it's cool you're leveling up. So I go to the site now while you're doing that.
Because I'm pretty sure Zane's not on there, and the whole Built to Serve coach. Pretty sure that's not on there yet. And I just added one more who we haven't made public yet, but coming weeks you'll learn more. Who's another guy. So whatever the number is on there, it's about to get worse. I'm not even looking for more people. Like, I don't have the time to do more people.
No, but that's another part that's on the micro lending. You help a lot of people, a lot of women through micro lending.
Oh, hey, micro lending. I'd have to look at the portfolio, but it's definitely a lot of women. Women
with micro lending.
So
yeah.
I mean, we target. We work in Africa, right? So that's where our micro loans go. And that's because my sister, who worked for me way back, my sister was one of my first people on my team. She cared a lot about Africa. So I said, okay, well, why don't we start a program? And we've invested, I don't know how much by now. I mean, it's in the six figures. I don't know how high six figures, but
and over 6,000 entrepreneurs too.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of women that you
it's
really
some big
helped out.
numbers. Those are,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, those women pay back the loans way more than men do. uh, and the way that they structured the microloan is it's very cultural. So that a lot of these programs, if one person gets the loan and then pays it back, somebody else in the community then gets a loan. So there's a community drive to say, hey, if this person pays it back, I might get a loan. So it's very community focused to try to make sure people pay it back. Um, so from there, yeah, there's definitely a lot of women. But for me, I mean, yeah, I don't know, haven't found the right business, I guess. I've stopped looking. Like in working with Zan, I did not wake up saying I need to have a built to serve coach. It just was not on my radar. Was not a priority. I've got too many other things that I'm working on. Just not important at the moment. Um, the new guy that I invested into that you'll hear some more info on coming soon. Same kind of deal. Like I did not need another business partner. Just right time, right place, made sense. Um, so
And also, would you say that this is in regards to Jeremy, Jay Rice, and Alex that's on the website,
mhm.
that people first built a relationship with you first before all the other stuff happened. So it's he's open to it, but you have to come forth and build that relationship first because there has to be a trust factor there before you would invest your because you're not just investing money, you're investing mentorship, coaching, time, energy, attention. So the relationship has to be there first. And
um,
so
yeah, I mean,
that's
I
that's
have a
not on Evan.
relationship.
That's not on Evan to develop that relationship. Like you guys come here, you're developing a relationship with him because you showed up. He's not going to them and trying to force you to come here. You know where he's at. He's got to do his thing, but you're showing up. And by you keep showing up, he's getting to know who you are, and you're developing a relationship. Just like Jennifer, you showed up in Movement Makers and Brandlytics. He can't force people to come there.
Well,
And when you
listen,
come there and you show up,
and
a
to that
relationship starts
point,
being developed.
Jennifer, I think it was in her first, or maybe it was in a message. I don't know if she was on camera when she said it, but um, she said something super nice in that she usually only joins things that are led by women, but she liked she liked my vibe or something. So I think I cut her off and said, "But so I'm a woman." So I mean, it's super humbling, and I love it. Like I grew up in a woman in a woman. I grew up in a family of like strong women, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
two sisters, only son. My mom is definitely like the mission driven, go build and change the world, and my dad was supporting her the whole time. So I love being able to do. I'm super happy how many women we have in movement makers. Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
really warms my heart. Brandlytics we can use some more. Um,
Yeah.
but movement makers, I haven't looked at the numbers of what the breakdown is, but it's very significant. I think if you're looking at entrepreneur groups
Yep.
that are not women, like it's a women's entrepreneur group, I think we're pretty high up there. Um,
No, it's up there. There was.
but for
We,
people
we
that
have.
I've
We have.
invested into, yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't know. I haven't. I'm not actively looking. So it's not like I have a fund open. Is like, hey, apply to work with me. I'm not People ask me all the time, and somebody found out about you and is like, hey, how do I become a built to serve coach? It's like, we're not looking right now. We're not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for more business partners. Um, I did invest with Dave Meltzer into the Queens Gaming Collective, which is it's supporting women in gaming because there's a really toxic uh, anti-woman kind of culture in gaming. A lot of women are afraid to turn on their cameras or for people to know that they're a girl. Um, and younger, right? I mean, women have a little less issue, but a lot of girls have a hard time saying that they're a girl when they're playing games because they're playing like here in this game. It's 5 against 5. But it's most likely all guys. There may be women in here, but it's heavily skewed. And if somebody found out that you are a woman, a lot of people would start making fun of you. So the purpose of that gaming collective is to try to support more women in gaming. And I'm I love that investment. I love that philosophy. I love that idea. I don't know. I haven't found the right. Every time I make an investment in somebody, it's like, okay, that's it. I have to stop. Like it's too, it's taking too much time. And then, in the past 2 weeks, 2 opportunities came up. It's like, okay, you know what? It's the right fit. Let's go. So there's no formal process. It's really, I like you. I love what you're doing. And I see a way for me to be a part of it, to try to help. And then we do something.
So that just answered a couple of questions on here, like what's your process, and when do you invest? What do you look for? So he just kind of answered both of those questions at the same time.
I'm much less structured than a typical investor. Like it's all vibe for me. It's all vibe. It's 100% vibe. I like the person. I like the idea. I see a way for me to make it fit with what I'm doing. Yeah, and then that's it. I reach out, have a conversation, and see if they want to do it or not. I mean, I've never had a no, so I guess that's good. But I'm much more based off of feel than off of just numbers.
And also, he's also got on his site in regards to what we talked about that earlier, but the Kiva entrepreneurs. So yeah, so this is good.
Like if you look at how it happened with Zan, right? So Zan was in Movement Makers, right? I mean, it still is, but you weren't the first, but you were early.
Yeah, but still, the first day you guys had it, I think it was March 19th, right around that time. But I was there the first day, the first Movement Makers.
Yeah, so he was in early. And listen, it's already easier. Like if you're in at the beginning, I don't know how many people showed up to the first one, but less than what we have right now, right? So.
Can I add something too? Because I remember the first one so distinctly, because when we was at the first one, some of us did not have our book yet. And immediately, I didn't have my book yet, because you said it's coming in the mail. Immediately, I went, while I was doing Movement Makers, I went and purchased the audio book and the PDF, the ebook. And I start, so by the time the book came, I already had it read and listened to before the next Movement Makers. I was so determined to have it already, because whenever you teach something, it's going back to the book. So I wanted to already have that lesson comprehended, so that when you teach it or when you talk about it, I can absorb it I can understand it much easier. Just want to, because I remember the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember the first one, but there used to be a lot more just pulled from the book. Yeah. And now we've kind of, and just the topics have veered off, so I just bounce with where the audience wants to go. But then what happened? Then Zan showed up to here. Zan was not on stream. Zan was in the chat, but Zan and Drew were like fighting.
Drew's in the house. Hold on, Drew's in the house. I'm sorry, I got it. Drew's in the house.
Drew's in the house to say hi. Oh, Sane Innovation.
Okay, that was where I had to interrupt that. Okay, we can go back. But Drew's in the house. Okay, go ahead.
So Zan was always here early. Him or Drew, or there was one other guy who in the early days was there early all the time. So Zan was always here early. He was the first one in. As soon as I joined, right away, like, happy Thursday, happy Tuesday, let's go, Teemo. Like, Zan doesn't even play League of Legends, but he knows that I play Teemo, right? So I like the extra effort and energy. Then it came to, hey, do you want to... Did I ask you to be on stream first, or did I ask you to be to DJ inside of Movement Makers first?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember. I think it might have been Movement Makers first.
It might have been. I don't know. So
yeah.
So 2 opportunities came up in succession. I don't know the order. One was, hey, Zane's got so much awesome energy. He used to be a DJ. Do you want to DJ at Movement Makers? Like, come on 15 minutes before, welcome people, just give them a good time. And you can obviously see, for Zan, it's not just, this is a key thing. For Zan, it's not just an opportunity. You can tell how much he loves it. You can tell how much he loves Movement Makers, how much he loves Built to Serve, how much he's really, digging in on it, which is important. Like, the heart is there, which I love to see. Because a lot of people do things just for the opportunity. So Zan said yes. So now he's starting to provide. Now he's a Movement Makers Plus member because he's part of the show, right? He's on 15 minutes early. He's doing his thing. He's hyping up the crowd for whoever's there. And now more and more people are showing up early. At the beginning, 15 minutes early, there's nobody there. It's just Zan playing his music by himself. And it's evolved to now people show up early and say hi to Zan. And
7 a.m. They showed up 30 minutes early.
yeah, so then it became the stream, right? So then I said, hey, do you want to co-host with me on the stream? Because I can't answer all the questions myself. We'll both answer the questions and you bring them to my attention. And what do you think? And I actually offered it to Mark Drager first. Mark, my friend for, a decade plus. And I told him, I don't think you're going to take this because this is his time with his kids right now. And I need somebody who can do like every day that I'm streaming, not just like once a week or something. Right? So I gave it to Mark. He said no. And I said, I think you should say no. Right? Like, I think it's actually better for you to say no. Like, go spend time with your kids and your wife. That's your time. And then the next person asked was Zan. And Zan said yes. So here we are. So there still wasn't anything paid in any of that, right? I mean, come on, be part of the show at the beginning. Come on and be part of this. Channel's not making any money yet, right? Come on and be a part of it. Yes. And then as I talk to Zane more, now he's spending more time, right? Like, get as close to the sun as possible. Now I talk to Zane a lot more. I get to hear him a lot more than just the text that we see, in the chat. I hear his love of coaching. I hear his love for Built to Serve. He starts a Built to Serve readers group all on his own. He's like, hey, I hope you don't mind. I love your permission to start a Built to Serve readers group. Like, yeah, go for it, man. It's great. Do it. And then the turning point where I still wasn't thinking about doing any kind of coaching program, but when Zan shared the story about his sister, which was probably the most emotional, Zan had to get up and leave for a little bit, and we don't have to go into all the details of that, but I was like, I want to help this guy. He's given so much. He cares so much. So, hey Zane, here's what I'm thinking. And I think I messaged you after the stream, or I don't know what the process was, but so in all of that, that's when I wanted to do something with Zane. And we spent the weekend. I don't know if Drew's still here or not, but we spent the weekend working on Zane's website to help him build his coaching business, right? So that's the process. That's what I look for. Like, people with heart, people who actually care, people who I can contribute something to. If Zane said he wants to go back into DJing, it's like, okay, I mean, I can't really help that much, right? I mean, if you wanted to be a Latin DJ and he's coming into Toronto, maybe I've got a salsa club, so that could work. But apart from that, I can't really contribute much to it. So that's the process of how I like working with people. The new person that I've recently invested into, I can help the industry that he wants to get into, but also he's given so much to people in my community, like way above and beyond, never asking anything, and I just love it. It's like, I want to support this person. I love what he's doing. I want him to have more success, and I want to be a part of his success. So I didn't have time. I don't have time for another person. But it's like they're providing so much value. They're such a good person that it forces me to find time to make it happen. That's my process.
It's a great process. It's a great process. Okay, so we have Unlimited erupted in the house.
Who?
Cutie TV is in the house, and
What was
of
the first
course
name?
Drew Hitchcock. Drew Hitchcock is in the house. Okay, so let's get back to let's see where we can meet up here. Let's see, we got okay.
All right.
Okay, so Posh says she needs to practice pitch. Oh, she needs to practice her pitch to you then. Okay, and then
But here's the thing. Hold on. Like, and we lost. So we lost our first game with no Drew. Sad days.
oh.
Zen. It's funny. Nobody pitched to me.
Yeah.
None of them. None of the people on the website, and then not Zen, and then not the new guy either. Nobody pitched to me. Nobody pitched me an idea for me to be a part of their business. None. I spent time thinking about it because they were so helpful and so a part of the community, and I got to know them so well just from them being a part of what I was doing that I'm going out of my way to try to find something that I can do to help them.
Okay, so Corey said, Drew, okay, let's see. Let me go and then come back up, okay, guys? So Cutie says, I love this. Cutie TV. Thank you, Cutie TV. And Unlimited Erupted says, go play Fortnite, please. Let's even look at his chat. You mean on here?
I do not look at the chat. That's Zane's job.
Yeah. So yeah, and we'll get to your comments and questions when we can get there. But yeah, and, you know, and Unlimited Erupted. I just came all the way down. I skipped over some other chats to come down to yours. Now I'm gonna go back up and put things together with Bonnie and Jennifer. So
I don't like Fortnite. I mean, yeah, not my jam. I need to get the gold in League of Legends. We're in silver. I need to get the gold.
So Jennifer says, part of my mission is to provide free value to moms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have my first Tough as a Mother meetup.
Ooh.
This is my free funnel to provide value. Can you provide feedback and advice? And my event will be a free Spanish class for your tot. So I hope to have moms and tots learning Spanish on Zoom. Advice for CTA or call to action after the event.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is it going to be a Zoom thing or is it going to be in person thing? I don't know how things are starting to open up. We're still like total lockdown. We might have a curfew coming up soon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad here.
Wow.
Okay, so you're going to do it on Zoom. And that's fine. It's a good start. You may, it may sound funny, you may not even need one yet. Like not everything, there's massive value to brand. Of just being the support. Like already in just you connecting people and you launching it, people are curious about what you do. So I wouldn't worry about having yet a super targeted, okay, everybody who comes, I guess you got to back it up. Like, how much do you care that they convert? Like, is this just a sales strategy for you, or is it actually important that the moms learn Spanish or meet each other or connect with their kids or whatever, right? A lot of people have joined my stuff or bought my book because I met them in a coffee shop when I went to Vegas, and they just showed up. Right? I said Vegas just so that Zane would pay attention.
Yeah, keep going. I'm not going nowhere. Keep going.
Right? When I go to a new city, I always do a meetup. And I always say hi, and I always spend a couple hours with the local people there, whether 5 people show up or 50. And there's no call to action that, hey, go buy my book. You know, it's if anything, it's the opposite, where I always do it at some free venue like a coffee shop, Starbucks, because sometimes people are homeless and they show up and you never know they're homeless and they can't afford to buy lunch, right? So they can just come and sit outside of the Starbucks and not have to buy anything. But a lot of the connections I made, a lot of people who have ended up buying my stuff came because they they liked me, and then I didn't pitch them anything. So it's not that you can't. I just wouldn't stress out about having to make sure there's always a CTA with everything, and then really examine the intentions. Like, hey, if it's really about just letting the moms connect, you will build your brand inside that community. So if the intention is just to help them, that will help you. Even if you don't say, and by the way, ladies, make sure you buy one of my necklaces with whatever mom in Spanish is. Mama, I guess. Right? They don't have to buy it, but they know who you are. It's a longer term approach, but it's brand and it's heart.
Relationship building. And so she asked, next event will be, this is still Toughest Mother Tribe.
Yep.
Next event will be a mommy and me clay art, where I would have an expert come on for a mini lesson. So I like to keep this up monthly to build community. And then she says, I love movement makers and brand living.
Wait, hold on.
But,
I need to pop. Okay, wait, hold on. But, okay. What was the but?
Right, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
What was the but?
So the but was, well, she was saying, I love movement makers and brand analytics, but it's very challenging for me as I get anxiety every time for the breakout rooms. But that's why I love it, because I like Evan's lessons are valuable, but it's good practice to put me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, and listen, my sister actually has avoided every single breakout room.
Oh, has she?
Yeah. She
leaves.
She leaves just before, and then she messaged me. That was great information. But today she stayed. It was the first time she stayed.
Oh, cool.
So I sent her a message after. It's like, how was it's like the first time you stayed? How was the thing? It's like, the people were so amazing, so caring. So they were nervous to share too. So I just shared how nervous I was. Like, anyway, Jennifer, I want to see your presentation that you did about for the teachers. Where's it? Did we not talk about this?
Yeah. So
I want to see the teacher presentation that you did about how to keep the kids in school. Right? Wasn't that your presentation? You got the kids to show up and care, right? And you were presenting and you were nervous, and it was like the next day or something from when you talked to us. But one, I want to see that. Honestly, I want to see a video. If you have the video, I want to see the video of you doing it, right? That's a classic thing of like, do I have time to sit there and watch your video? No, but I want to. So I'm going to make the time to sit there and watch your video, right?
Okay, so she's responding. Okay,
so I want to see that video. Two, when we talked, we talked about this being your real superpower of combining the worlds. That telling your story, combining the world, that it's not just about the jewelry, that it's about the message that you want to have to help moms be better moms, because it's all about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Your story in how you got the kids at your school to always show up and all that is super powerful. You're doing it with these events.
Yep.
You're not doing a jewelry discussion event. You're not doing what does sapphire mean and all that stuff, which you could still do, but you're doing mom and taught events. You're teaching them how to learn Spanish. You're teaching them how to do clay. Like, you're already starting to build the brand beyond just the jewelry and helping people, overcome their anxiety or build confidence from, having the right gemstone. Like, I'm super excited for you. The pieces are starting to get there. It's not as clearly defined on the high level yet of the brand. For somebody looking at it, it could feel disconnected. It's like, why is this company, it's called Tough as a Mother, doing these free classes teaching Spanish? But the more you do it and the more you practice telling the story and telling your part of the story, it becomes a super powerful, super exciting opportunity for you that I think people will really feel connected to what you're trying to do and see you as an inspiration, even if that's not your intention or ambition. So I love it. It's like you're bringing the worlds together in a super unique and creative way. Now it's just a communication piece around it, and you start to really win. And I want to see the video of you speaking to the teachers.
So let me see if
I didn't forget.
let me see if I can tie it all together. Okay, it's gonna be a little mumbo jumbo, but I'll see if I can make this fit. So she was saying, yes, that's correct. My intention, that's my intention. I am not trying to sell jewelry, just create opportunity and provide community and meaningful events. Oh yes, I was amazing, and she inspired them.
I was amazing. All right, nice.
And she said that, yes, thanks for noticing. Yes, I'm not trying to sell anything. That's not why I started my company. And then she was saying, I'm trying to create mommy and me opportunities and create community.
So
then,
yeah. So let's take that and get back to, I forget what the word was that we came up with, or like the main theme that we came up with. Whether it was confidence in the kids or self-love for the kids, or maybe you can just refresh my memory on that, like what the main theme was of why you were doing this, like why you were showing up for the kids, why you care so much about the kids, all of that stuff, because that ties into this very well. The communication piece becomes really important. This is how we start to make everything make sense. That the jewelry is about, let's say it was self-love. I feel like love was the thing. I could be wrong. And Jennifer can correct me. I apologize for not remembering, but
I'll confirm, yeah.
But I feel it was love. So if it's about, self-love, then the jewelry is about self-love for the mom, but it's also about helping the kids have more self-love for themselves, because when you make the mom love herself more,
I remember that.
It's a role model to help the kids love themselves more, right?
Yep.
So then this event that you're doing is also still about self-love. It's about self-love, learning new skills, bonding time, being together. So it's not just community as a standalone. It's if you start to tie self-love, and if it's something else, let me know. But if you start to tie self-love into everything that you're doing, the whole brand starts to make a lot more sense, instead of, why is this jewelry company running a Spanish class for women? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a lot more connected.
You're correct. Yeah.
Was it? You should pick up your one word, because your one word it goes hand in hand with Built to Serve. I wrote it 3 years prior, but it goes deep into how to build a whole company and how to do sales and marketing around your core value. Like, this is where, with the stuff that you're doing right now, I think it could be really helpful. And we do feature some women in the book. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her the link to that in a second. Okay, and one last part, and this is just an earlier comment she was making.
Okay.
She said, I'm not trying to pitch you. The question was just, where are the females? And then I figured I would understand your process to answer my own question. So, okay. And Posh has something to go along with that. And I think she's talking to you about this. She's saying, she says, I just meant to get your thoughts because you're, okay, let me go back. She said, I think she's talking to you. You let me make your team t-shirts and you made a video for my campaign. Does that ring a bell? Because she also says,
is this Bonnie or Jennifer? This
no,
is Bonnie.
This is Bonnie now. This is Posh.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry,
so she mentioned, you let me make your team t-shirts and you made a video for my campaign. And she says, I just meant to get your thoughts because you're the type of investor I like to be involved in.
Yes, I mean, this is what just happened with Jennifer is a great example of that. Like, I want to see Jennifer's video. You know how many people pitch me videos all the time about stuff? Check out my website, give me feedback on this stuff, and they're like, I have no interest in watching it. And even if I did, there's no time. But I'm following up with Jennifer on the video. It's like, I want to see this video. Where's the video, Jennifer? I want to see the video. I want to watch it. And when she sends it, I'll make time to watch it. And that's the kind of thing that maybe I watch the video and I get this brilliant idea of someone I know, or how I can help Jennifer, or I'll give some kind of feedback and see how she takes it, and see if there's a vibe. And like, Jennifer, I want to invest in your company. I think we should start something together. Like that's how it works, at least for me, right?
And Paul says, you guys make me want to restart my campaign. And Jennifer, I just put the link in there in regards to on Amazon, your one word. So you can click on that link also.
Yeah, the communication piece I think is going to be helpful for you.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I'll reach out to the organization to see if they recorded it. Yeah, okay, cool. And then Paul says, I know because we had a whole convo via IG Live about asking you, and you said yes because at the time I was super involved with your community. That's what I was referring to.
Yeah, and when I was doing Twitch streaming, Bonnie was there. Maybe not every day, but almost every day. Bonnie, you were showing up. You were one of the regulars when we were doing the Twitch streaming. And that's important too, right? I mean, after we left Twitch and it came to YouTube, I didn't hear from Bonnie as much, right? And maybe I miscommunicated it, that I moved platforms. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe life got busy. Who knows, right? There's no blame. Just we didn't hear from her as much anymore. And now she's on regularly again. It's like, oh yeah, Bonnie, awesome. What are you doing? You were in the paper again. Nice. What's the right? Like that's how you start building the relationships up again. That's it.
Yeah. So Deepak Levis in the house. What's up, Deepak? And then I'm gonna go back up to Laura Faye. She says, hello from, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's right. Hello from PA. How's this help with subconscious mind? Please and thank you. Okay, how is this? Maybe she just mean, I don't know what she means. Laura, can you decipher that? Evan, how's this help with subconscious mind ?
It feels like there's a piece that was missing, like another.
How will this help?
Is there another comment like higher up or something that?
Nah, Laura. So Laura, can you just please give me some clarification and what you mean about the subconscious mind so that we can properly answer your question? We just need a little bit more clarity because it's all text. We can't. I'm trying to read between the lines and I can't really piece it together.
Okay. Well, Laura was the name.
Laura, yeah, Laura Faden.
Well, welcome.
And
let us know.
Yeah, Love, Respect, and Peace by Deepak. And Deepak says, how to be cool under pressure.
Perspective. Just being able to take a step back. One step back makes a world of difference. So what's the pressure? And then usually the two that I lean into are, again, service. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. Like, why am I doing this? This thing is causing me stress. You better have a good why behind it. Otherwise, you're right. Like, maybe you shouldn't be doing it anymore. If it's just for somebody else, you don't have a strong enough why. But yeah, just being able to take that breath, that second, that little brief pause to get the perspective and remind yourself why you're doing it can be a big boost.
Okay. So Toughest Mother Tribe, Jennifer wants to know, is your one word, is it on Audible?
Yep.
Okay.
I read it myself. Yeah.
And if you click that link, you should be able to find it. But yeah, so that's good. And then Pasha said, I got to like Teenage Evan on Twitch, LOL. I didn't know you moved to YouTube.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably my bad for not communicating. Teenage Evan? What's a Teenage Evan? It wasn't that long ago.
And then Toughest Mother Tribe says, update, email sent to Ask the Lady for the recording of my amazing speech. Good job. Good job. Yeah, and guess who's in the house from this morning?
Oh.
And you mentioned his name too. Something to do with France or French.
Carol?
Do you remember? Yeah. Carol Cafferty is in the house.
Carol in the house. Welcome, man. How was Movie Makers for you today?
He
He's
said, "Hi,
relatively
all."
new. Carol's only been in for what, a month? How long you been in, man? It's been
How long have you been in, Carol? So he says, he said, hi all, hi Jennifer and Posh. By the way, Evan, I started to play League of Legends on my cell phone, playing Garen. And then he
okay.
says, oh, and hi Zan. Hey, how are you? And Posh says, the icon picks every time I level up with comment points or something. So maybe that's what you mean about the team.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Twitch has had badges that let you level up, and that's what she means. So like people who subscribed, your step one was just a baby Evan. It's a baby picture of me.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you were little. Then you were like 8-year-old Evan. Then you became teenage Evan. And then you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what she means. Got it. So she got up to teenage Evan. Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed the Twitch badges. Twitch badges were fun.
So yeah, Carol says, let me see what he said. Friends is what second time live movement maker today. His
Nice.
second time.
All right.
And he loved the intention of the morning routine. Yeah.
Awesome.
So let's see. So I think that's everybody. We kind of caught up now.
All right. Cool. I like it.
Caught up. And guys on the other side.
Uh-oh,
hello.
Here's the PSA. Here
Hello.
it is.
Hello.
Zane wants you to say hi. Don't just.
I
sit
want
there
you
on
to
the
come
other
over
side.
here on this side and say hi to me, or say hi to Evan, or say hi to Drew. Even though Drew's not here, he's here.
He's here in spirit.
Yes. So you can say hi to any of us, or say hi to all the wonderful people that's in the chat.
Drew is in Utah with a client.
So Corey Reed says, at Posh Notions Unbreakable campaign, the leveling up here is standing ovations for Zan. That is so cool. Thank you.
Wow. So who gets a standing ovation? That means you've leveled up.
I mean, all of you guys, yes, everyone.
No, it can't. It doesn't go to everybody. That means you've leveled up when you get the honor of the standing ovation.
Well, I don't know. I'm happy everybody's here.
I think once we get partner program, there'll be more options. Like I think we can add badges and stuff once we hit partner program here. The bad thing is YouTube doesn't count streamed hours as watch time, so it's only on the replay. So it takes a long time. But I think we can get badges and yeah, I think we can add some fun stuff once we hit partner program.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. She says, good, Zan. Very kind soul you have and very nice energy. Thank you so much.
That's true. That's true. That's why we love Zan. That's why we love Zan.
So Carol says, dinner time for me, and I cooked. Good. He says, see you later. All Movement Maker is a blast. Yes, thank you for coming in and say hi. Thanks, Carol. Have a good dinner.
Much love, man.
And Corey wants to know, does it count the stream replay or just the questions?
It'll count stream replays. The problem is people don't watch stream replays. So it would count it. What?
The numbers are increasing now. I think yesterday I was kind of scanning through the channel, and it would go from like 123 watch to 200. I think it's like around 600 now of people rewatching the stream.
Maybe. I don't know. That might be a little. I don't know exactly how it's calculated because we'll have. I mean, we look at the end of the stream. We'll have. What's our numbers? It's like 800 to 1,600 people or something watching.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Something like that. But none of that counts for our watch time.
Oh wow, yeah. They should change that.
Well. I mean, I actually talked to YouTube I talked to my account manager on Tuesday, and it's like, that's it. We can't change it. So that's fine.
Yeah, and Corey said it's an hours goal that you need to hit.
Yeah, what did I say?
Oh, I don't know.
You need 1,000 hours. Sorry, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. So we're at over 1,000 subscribers. That's usually not the hard one to hit. It's the It's the hours. We're I forget where we're at. I want to say like 2,600, something like that. It's growing, but at the beginning we didn't do any clips at all. So without any clips, it was like super dead on the repeat.
Oh,
So we'll get
Jennifer
there.
has a lot of retreats. Okay, check this one out. She's got says question. I'm having a retreat called Mind Body Biz. I'm partnering with a powerhouse chick. She is a keynote for Tony Robbins. Advice on how to promote.
What's her
Well,
name?
I would think she would know how to promote that herself. The one that's connected to Tony Robbins. But yeah, she's the advice on how to promote.
Who is it?
Who is it? Jennifer.
Well, the easiest way, if you have a big name person, is to target their audience. So you're, I'm gonna die. Yep. So you look at their audience. Where's their biggest version of it? It's probably Instagram, but it may be Facebook, it may be YouTube. And then ideally, you can have her make a quick little video message. Hi, I'm going to be speaking at this retreat for women where we're going to talk about XYZ. And then you target her, people who follow her, because they already know her. That's usually the easiest way. If she's willing, she doesn't have to. If she's not willing, you can still target the audience and just make a picture.
Yeah.
You can ask her if she'd be willing to do a mailing if she has an email list, or to share it to her social accounts. And then any groups that you're part of, obviously your list, but any groups that you're part of, mommy groups, women groups, entrepreneur groups. But usually you use a speaker, like the event that I spoke at in air quotes in South Africa. That's all they do, right? They get big name speakers, Les Brown and Jack Canfield and all these people, and then just promote to their audience that they're going to be speaking there.
So her name is Sandra Hazley. She want to know, do you know her? She's flying out next week to meet me for Oscars event, and we are planning it there. And so they've been friends for a year and really connected and wanted to partner in this. And so they're 50-50 partners. And yes, I am part of a Facebook group, but I want to respect the Facebook rules.
So it doesn't mean you're posting in the group, and Facebook groups you can't target, but a Facebook page you can. So you run an ad against her Facebook campaign, her Facebook page. Or you run an ad against her Instagram page. And you can do that. You just do it. You just pick and you do it. She doesn't have to give any social permission. What's better is if you can get her to actually say something. Hey, I'm going to be speaking at this event. I'm going to talk about this. I'm so excited if you can join me. Click the link. Where you get more active participation. It's better.
So you have your meeting with her next week. There you go. You can lay all that out for her.
What was her name again?
Sandra Hazley. Haseley. Hazley.
No, I haven't heard of her. I mean,
But
I'll look her up.
she also said, but she isn't the main theme. I'm not sure what she means by that.
She's
So
not the main
Sandra-
theme on Tony's page, or she's not the
Well,
main
she,
scene on
clarify,
your.
she will speak for a bit, but we are bringing in others and doing activities here in SB. Is that South Beach or what's SB?
You're the Americans, and I'm.
Well, when I see SB, I'm thinking if it was SD, I would say San Diego. SB, I think is South Beach.
So who else is speaking at the event?
So no, at our retreat. Okay. So Santa Barbara. Okay, so Santa Barbara, California.
Who else is speaking at the event?
Okay, who else is if she's not the main thing, who else is speaking at the event? Jennifer. So this is a let me see, was it a women's retreat? Let me see. Let's see if it's a women's retreat. Mind Body Biz and partnering with Powerhouse. She's a keynote to advice on how to promote. Okay, so she didn't specify if it's a women's only event or not. It's a mind body business.
Okay.
Okay, we are coordinating. We are coordinating currently, but going to ask my other friend, who is my toe tech teacher and tapping teacher.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know how there's degrees of separation. So, if your tapping teacher is well known or has a Facebook page with an audience or Instagram page with an audience, you again, same thing. Run an ad, target their audience. If they're willing to make the video or a post, video is better, then that's what you run as the ad, and you can get some pretty good conversions off of that. If they're not super well known, and you still want to try running an ad, then you target other people. So, inside the tapping world, you're looking at the Ortners, right? The Ortners have the biggest tapping group in the world. So you're targeting them. You're targeting the tapping solution. You're targeting, I don't know if they have individual pages for themselves, but that's who you target. And so then the ad becomes, hey, if you want to learn tapping, come to this retreat where you get to meet people like this. But it's not as focused on the person because they don't know that person.
She said she was the apprentice for the author of Four Agreements and the National Geographic photographer. So it's in the works. And she is also, so they want to know, okay, so she's confirming. I think the answer is yes, but okay, so utilize our speakers and run ads to their audience. Okay, cool, good advice.
Right. So you got two options, right? Like the fact that she was a runner-up for The Apprentice or whatever, that helps with branding for promoting the event. If somebody hits the website and they say, "Oh, who are these people?" Like, "Oh, she's done all this stuff," right? That helps with just the branding and the conversion. It doesn't help you generate leads. It doesn't help people get to the page. So that's where hopefully they have some kind of following that then you can tap into. But that's exciting. I love seeing you stepping up and making all these events. And what about the was it the Grammys? There was
Oscars.
What?
I think it's Oscars.
The Oscars?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Grammys, but it could be. What happened with the bag? Weren't you going to do bags?
Yeah.
We talked about the packaging for it.
That's right. Yeah. So she has the Oscars next week. No, that was for the Golden Globes, I guess. The Golden Globes. I like boxing.
Are you Oscars next week? It's exciting. Holy cow. That's big news.
She already did the Golden Globes, so I guess that was for the Golden Globes, the other one. And then Oscars. Now I was invited for the Oscars bag.
Okay.
So
are you ready? You excited? You know what you're doing?
And maybe I read it wrong. So, but she said that she worked for the author of Four Agreements. Yeah, she was the apprentice for the author of the Four Agreements.
Oh, that's fine. So, I mean, same thing. There are some things that would be credibility factors, like, oh, that's who's coming. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to meeting them. And some things will actually be lead gen because they have an audience.
Yeah. She said, yes, Oscar's coming up. What's your advice?
Well, last time we talked about the story. That's why we went so deep on the story. And then we talked about your actual box and putting the messaging on the box, right? Did you figure that out? Did you get the box down?
And messaging, yeah. Okay, so she's saying, at least she's honest. She says, I'm really not super excited because I'm not starstruck. I don't know who these celebrities are, but I see business value.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about, oh my gosh, there's Jennifer Lopez or whoever.
Or Aniston or whoever, yeah.
It's a great chance to get your product into more people's hands.
Business opportunity, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's exciting. I still want to see the video. Let's go, Jennifer.
Hey, I just got an idea. I mean, I'm just gonna throw something out there. So this may be totally off target, but since she's gonna have access to so many different celebrities at the Oscars, wouldn't it be to her advantage to know who the people that's gonna be showing up and have a little bit of background on them, so when she does meet them, she say, "Hey, I love your last show, and I love what you got coming up, and I'm happy for your nomination. This could be your third." Would it create a little bit more of a better first impression and relationship and connection, because you did a little bit of your homework in advance on who's going to be there? So when you have that conversation, it could be a short conversation that could turn into a long conversation, because you're tapping into some things about their history and past that other people are like, "Hey, how are you doing?" But you're giving more context to the conversation.
Having context always helps. You don't have to have like a prepared. Oh my, okay, this is exactly how it. Like not have it so structured that then it's not organic and it doesn't flow and you're not connecting with them. But having context helps. Having context always helps. Like if you knew that they were a mom versus not a mom, that could help you in the conversation. I know if she wants to put in the extra work. Like when I interviewed whoever, Deepak or Matthew McConaughey or whoever, I want to know a little bit about what they're promoting and what their message is and what we're going to talk about. But then inside of that, it's still a very loose, pretty flexible discussion. So, yeah, having extra context can be.
I was just wondering, because I know, back in my DJ days, especially when I did corporations, I would actually do research on a corporation. Like I remember I did one for Hair Club for Men, and because I went back with their beginnings into where they're at now, in the information it showed, oh, they were sold to a Japanese company, and now that person's a CEO, or that person's a VP, and that person's going to be here in Vegas at the event. So then when I'm meeting with them and I'm just having just a conversation about what's going on, when I'm able to give them that background information, like, who is that? How we got to book him for the next 3 events now, all because you're not just showing up playing music. You've invested. They feel like you invested in their company. You know their credo. You know their tagline. You know their logo, and you know more information. They feel like I was part of the company. So they said, okay, we want this guy here for the next 2 or 3 events. We're going to do it in Vegas. And other DJs, when I mentioned that to them, like, dude, that's stupid. Why would you spend extra time learning about a company? Just go there and do the gig, play music, go home. I'm like, no, but it meant more to me. I really care about my clients and my customers. And I don't know. I just thought it made it. I don't know. I just believe in relationships.
Another easy hack for that is go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go look at their Instagram and just find their most recent personal post. And they may not have one. They may not share anything personal. They may not. And it doesn't mean like, hey, I saw you post this picture of your son yesterday, right? But it just gives you a window into the kind of person that they are, and gives just more context. I like context. It gives you context. Yeah. So when I interviewed Deepak, he posted one of his recent posts was about Fitbit, and he wore the Fitbit watch. I'm like, Deepak wears a Fitbit watch? That's cool, because I use Fitbit, right? I use Fitbit. What's he posting about Fitbit? That's pretty cool. So in our interview, we talked about Fitbit and what he uses it for and why and all that. And otherwise, I wasn't planning on talking to him about Fitbit. And I wouldn't have ever assumed that he knew anything about Fitbit. But because he used Fitbit and I used Fitbit, it became a point of connection for us. So that's where it can be valuable. Context.
Yeah. I again, like I said, to each his own. I don't know what's going on with Jennifer, but the Nightbot is like timing you out and deleting a lot of your messages. I don't know what's going on.
She's either very happy with us or very not happy with us.
but they talk about getting the edge sometimes, and sometimes that's the difference that makes the difference, because you care a little bit more than the next person. You're not just showing up for a paycheck. But again, to each his own. To each his own. But a lot of times when I got constant recalls, it's because they felt like I knew them, they knew me. And it was more than somebody just pressing play and pressing music. They felt like we had a relationship, and they didn't want anybody else.
Yeah, here's a great example. Like when I interviewed Matthew McConaughey, right? That's somebody who would be at the Oscars. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be there.
Yeah,
this
no,
year
no,
or
yeah,
not,
it's amazing.
but like that's the kind of A-lister that you want. I mean, maybe not you, but you want the women, but like that equivalent, right? I didn't watch all of his movies before the interview, right? I mean, I don't even remember the last Matthew McConaughey movie that I watched, and probably the last thing he wants to talk to me about is movies. And
right.
I mean, he's just been going through this giant interview spell. Probably if he's there at the show, you know. So I didn't talk about his movies really at all, except for the reason for him writing the book, which came in part because he had no movies coming out. The only time he talked about movies was how he didn't have any movies coming in, and he had to kind of find a new purpose in his life. So that I discovered by watching his interviews and looking at his Instagram. So I think that's where it could serve you. I don't think sitting there watching all of their old movies is really going to tell you much about the person, because they're being an actor, right? They're pretending to be somebody else. That's not who they are.
Okay, I'm trying to recover some of these deleted messages. Let me see if I can piece some things together. Okay. And let me know if I'm on or off. Okay, Jennifer.
Are we barking up the right or the wrong tree, Jennifer? Is it helpful or not helpful?
Right. So
thumbs up or thumbs down? Keep going or move on.
Yeah. So it's like yes, meeting Viola Davis and Andra Day. There was lots of nice people. I emailed a lady for the video, Evan. It said no Zan, okay?
No
Like
Zan.
no, and it says Zan. Okay, then I don't know what that shit tells us what it means. It says that's not me because I just like to connect as humans and parents. I talked to Viola about motherhood. I didn't pretend to know about their movies. Yes, I looked up who was a parent, but not their movies.
Yeah.
I don't watch movies, so it's fun having no idea who these people are, and I like knowing I like not knowing in a weird way. Yes, can I understand I'm just stubborn and these celebrities roll up randomly and said, love you, Zan. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't think you have to go now watch all their movies and know all the plots. I think it's just caring about them as humans, knowing if they're a mom or not.
Right.
Maybe one of them contribute to some charity that deals with women or moms, right? Like if you know that Viola Davis is on the board of directors for some women's charity, chances are nobody else at that event is talking to her about that, because everybody's just talking about the movies.
Yeah.
And you're there not just saying, "Oh, you were so great in that movie. What does it feel like to act with Denzel Washington?" Like stupid questions. You're saying, "Hey, I love the work you're doing with XYZ charity."
Or over in Africa, like, oh wow, and that could be her secret passion.
Yeah.
Like, I like you. I want to talk to you more. Hey, I got some other celebrity friends. You come over here. You come over here. You don't have to go get them. She will get them for you. It's just, I don't know. It's worked wonders for me over the years.
You just may not know that they're doing it if you don't look it up.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to find a connection point.
It's better to know than not to know. But to each his own, because like I said, but I used to tell when I used to be on stage, and I would at DJ conferences, and I was a speaker, and I would tell other DJs the feedback, like, dude, why are you doing all that? I'm like, okay, guys, I'm not gonna. Like I said, because it's a people business, that's why, and it's a relationship business, and your callback is right there in that room. But they wasn't hearing that. So to each his own. To each his own. I don't have to speak to them about that anymore. But they was wondering, how are you getting so many callbacks and so many referrals? I'm like, because it's a people business. It's more than just playing music. But, to each his own.
All right, so
I hope that serves you well. Just a different perspective.
Let us know.
Let us know, yes. Give us some feedback before Nightbot try to time you out again.
What else?
Nightbot, be nice to her because we like her. Be nice to her.
What was Nightbot freaking out at? Was she all
I
caps?
don't know.
Or something?
I was able to go in there and undelete the messages and read them in gray. And I don't see anything. I mean, I can get the nose there because it was all in caps. I can get that. And the love you, Zan, was all in caps. But everything else she said was okay. I don't know why Nightbot was time out and like delete the messages on there.
All right.
You know, I don't know. Nightbot just, you know, he's like, what were you thinking? Stop spamming caps.
Okay.
Nightbot can be. Okay, so we got a couple more people here. So we got Corey Reed says, at Toughest Mother Tribe, are you still able to type? That last Nightbot message looked like a hard strike. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Nightbot doesn't. We can't control Nightbot. Nightbot got his own thing going on. And then Renee Garcia's in the house. He said, good afternoon, hashtag Believe Nation.
Renee, welcome.
And said, who would you like your next celebrity dream interview as Steven Spielberg level, and why?
Who would I want my next interview to be? Steven Spielberg level?
Yeah, and why?
That's interesting. Steven Spielberg level. Okay, I don't know I don't get
So
the reference.
maybe I think it means an A-lister.
Yeah, I mean, I would go Oprah, and then Kanye.
But wouldn't that freak you out to get Oprah, man?
It freaked me out more to get Kanye.
Kanye, yeah. No matter what you guys are gonna talk about, you're gonna get millions and millions of views.
Honestly, I think it would be fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
I think it would be one of the best Kanye interviews ever. I was the most terrified ever for Dan Pena. I don't know if you've ever seen Dan Pena's stuff.
But why? Because his personality?
Yeah, because in a lot of his videos, he just goes off, right?
Yeah.
But it's because somebody triggered him.
Right.
You know, he triggers easily, and that's part of
It
the
gets
charm.
but it gets a lot of views. I tell you that.
Yeah, but I don't want those views. I don't want views because I triggered somebody to overreact, right? And Kanye can trigger easily.
Right.
And Kanye's not even like, Kanye brings in, and I this is why I want to have a good interview with him, because he's been so triggered. I think this is my one man's take. I think he's been so triggered by previous interviews that he's almost pre-triggered coming in.
Yeah. He's defense. Yeah.
And so any minor thing, he's already like built up the triggers from before, and he's built up the defenses and the walls. So you got to be, super respectful and gentle and kind and nice. And I think I could do it. Like I think it would be. I don't think I would do anything that would trigger him. Hopefully.
I'm trying to be careful what I'm about to say, but
I think I could do it. I'd be nervous. I'd be way more nervous for that than the Oprah one.
Right. But do you think that sometimes someone like a Kanye West, because they already have a pre-existing condition, whether it's, because they're dealing with mental health issues, that maybe something that could be unavoidable? I mean, you'll do your best not to trigger it, but...
No, the only... It would... Here's why. I'm going to wear his skin.
Okay, there you go.
So the only thing that would push it off is something that I don't know.
Right.
Like if I made some comment with positive, beautiful intention, but he hates that person or something.
Right.
And I didn't know, or
Right.
he's.
But I think the caveat is here: if you already know where you're coming from, and he already have a rapport with you, and you know you're coming from a good place, you're not trying to be got you.
Yeah.
I think he can let that pass.
I think so too. Like I think people don't give Kanye enough credit.
Yeah, because you're not trying to like trick him or do a gotcha. Like, okay, you know what? No, fam, that's not where I'm at. And then you say, okay, you know what? Let's move on. And he said, okay, this guy is not trying to attack me, because it could feel like an attack.
The only way I piss off Kanye would be because I say some word that I didn't know would trigger him. Like I say throne, and he's
Saturday. No, I'm joking.
I say throne, and he's triggered by Watch the Throne and something that happened last night with Jay-Z and him or something. It's like something just totally that I didn't know about. That's the only way that that I would trigger him
And for me, and some things are common sense. Like he's going through a relationship issue right now with Kim, and that's not amicable right now. And then someone gets an interview with him, and that's already an open wound, a sore. And you want to go in and ask about that? I'm like, really, dude? So you're trying to,
oh yeah. I don't
all
want a
that could
gotcha
be
moment.
some of it's common sense. Like, why even bring that up? But you know that's a sore spot, and it's not even, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna take years to heal.
Yeah. The intent is definitely positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes a big difference. So here we go. So let's see. We got Posh says, just want to throw out there that your one word was immensely helpful for me. I read it during my sickest period in a decade. It inspired the Unbreakable campaign.
Woo!
Great
That's
stuff.
a good book. I don't talk enough about Your One Word, but it's a good book.
Well, let's put Evan on the spot. I don't know if we could do this, but let's try to put Evan on the spot.
I'm down.
Evan.
I'll do my best. What do you got?
Okay, so you got your one word in one hand.
Uh-huh.
You got built to serve in the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is your favorite?
For me, I would go Built to Serve. Because I think it's always a reflection of where you are right now. Like I think for where I'm at right now, Built to Serve is more practical. But if you want to go deep into how to build an entire business around your one word, like that's the book you have. That's why like with Jennifer trying to figure out how she's going to market and promote self-love to everything, like by far Built to Serve. Your one word is the manual. It's the manual. I think we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose again. We can't win without Drew.
Oh, they want to know. We've been talking all this movie, talking about Oscars and Golden Globes, all that good stuff. So Renee wants to know, Evan, would you be willing to participate in a movie?
Maybe. Depends on what the movie is, timelines, scheduling, all that stuff.
And we are back. Guess who came back? Jennifer's back.
She's back. Nightbot likes her again.
Like I said, I was put in timeout. Yeah, I put her in timeout. And she want to know what would you ask Kanye? What would you ask Kanye? And by the way, she also want to know Eminem is her favorite rapper. Who's yours?
Probably Eminem.
Mm.
In terms of like the music, the actual music, I think I'm just thinking what's on my playlist. I like Jay-Z, but I don't like the songs that most people like.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I have the most Eminem songs. Just from the music, I'd go Eminem. From the person, I would go Kanye, then Jay-Z.
Mm.
Yeah. So I guess it depends where the question's going. Yeah, and I mean, and then Drake would probably be third, mostly because he's Canadian and he achieved it being nice. You know, it's
Did
not
you hear
about
that Drake song I played today?
No, I don't know any Drake songs besides "Started from the Bottom." That's the only Drake song I know. Kanye too. Like I know no Kanye songs, nothing, except "Gold Digger," which is the one that he hates the most. Like he doesn't like that song, right? But that's a classic example. Like if I say, "Man, I love your song, Gold Digger," and he's not a huge fan of that song now anymore, right? So
right. He's a different person.
What would I ask Kanye? I don't know the question I would ask yet.
But I tell you, if you ask him anything about fashion, he lights up. He's like more into fashion than he is his music.
Right. So this is what I would do.
Yeezy, anything like that. Like he'll talk all day about Yeezy.
This is how I play it. I would build rapport. I would tell him the story of the poster.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's on my wall and why.
Yeah.
That clip. Like why that picture? This picture is of him at a specific radio station. I would go look up what that station was so I could tell him and why he's on the wall with all these other people, right? Yeah. And that feeds into his, not I guess ego, but more connection. Like he sees himself as a Steve Jobs,
right?
So here he is on the wall with Steve Jobs. And so he doesn't know me. If we're doing an interview, he's gotten a little bit of context to say yes, but I'm telling him the story of why he's on the wall to build rapport. My goal would be I want to get nuggets of wisdom, inspiration, motivation, and tactics of how to be a successful entrepreneur. That's the intention. I can pull that out of any discussion.
Yep.
So maybe it's fashion, maybe it's rap, maybe it's his church, maybe it's like you can pull those out of anything. So knowing that that's the intention, I'm building rapport. I have this intention. I want to pull out wisdom, inspiration, motivation, and tactics. That's my intention. Then I'm going to go to his Instagram and see what is he talking about that he cares most about. And if it's Yeezys, then I'm going to go look up Yeezys and why he made them and what it means to him. Because I don't know anything about Yeezys besides that they're shoes, but I couldn't even tell you what they look like.
Yeah.
But I would go research that to have a semi-intelligent conversation around Yeezys because I know he carries it. That's why I suggested to Jennifer, go look at their Instagram to see what they posted about recently because that's what they care about right now.
So
right?
you're talking about even the deal he just made with Adidas with Yeezy. So that's right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's Adidas. Maybe it's because I can get those with that intention. If I have rapport and that's my intention, I could pull it out of any conversation that we're going to have. If I want to pull out wisdom and advice from Zen, we could talk about DJing, we could talk about travel, we could talk about coaching, we could talk about books, and I could pull out the same lessons just from different stories.
Yeah.
What's the best one going to be? Whatever Zen cares the most about right now.
Yeah.
Sure, he'd talk about DJing and stuff, but he doesn't care as much about the DJ world as he does about coaching right now.
Correct.
So I'd rather talk about coaching because Zan would rather talk about coaching. So whatever the person is writing about right now, they may not care about in 3 weeks or next year, but they care about it right now. That's a conversation to have. With your intention inside of it, you can pull it out. So that's why when I'm doing my interviews, I'm always looking at their Instagram. What are they talking about right now? Deepak wants to talk about Fitbit. Great. I'll talk about Fitbit. I love Fitbit. And in 2 years, he might be moving on to something else.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So that's good. And I just to throw in a little quick thing, Kanye, I think those three things, if you're talking about fashion and you're talking about his children, oh my God, he just comes apart about his children. And then and legacy. He definitely want to be remembered forever. And when you go into legacy, you're going into his vision, his future, all the things he wants to do. So anyways, I just thought that'd be great. Those three things.
We'll see.
People don't even talk about those three things.
We'll have to make it happen. Kanye's on the list.
Yeah.
Who do we have? We have some people coming up. Kanye is not coming up. And
Hey,
now is just not the time. And like we actually have some leads in, but now is not the time.
Yeah.
Now is not the time.
He's going through a grieving period.
And timing matters. Timing matters too. Like when they're in promotion mode. Bo, who I've invested into, he does bookings for people to get on the shows. He helps book big names onto shows. So shows will hire him to go find talent or guests. And some people are willing to go on anytime. They're always in promotion mode. And other people, he asked me about 2 names who I've had on my show before. Some big name authors, entrepreneurs. And I said, ooh, don't even talk to them right now because they're not going to respond to you. It's just bad timing. They're writing their book. And these 2, when they're writing the book, they don't talk to anybody. So all you're doing is annoying them. They come up for air and then they hit it hard. They're in promotion mode for 3 months. 2 months, hitting it hard, and then they go back into their hole. It's like, that's the window we need to go talk to them. And leave them alone for the next, 9 to 10 months. So it's just timing. Like it can happen, but you have to hit them at the right timing. And that's just because I know them. But you can also see what they're doing. Like any of these people, go look up how often are they actually doing interviews. And some people are every 2 weeks there's a new interview with them somewhere else. Like Grant Cardone is always in promotion mode. Always. He's always got something new to promote. Always. He loves it. Like, it's great. You want to have Grant on? What's a good time? Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime is a good time to have Grant on.
You know someone who'll be great with you? I mean, is Kevin Hart. You guys have a great conversation together.
Yeah, I mean that's another one. I don't know much about him. I know he worked his face off.
Yeah.
Um, Tons of odds against him. Just hustle, hustle, hustle. I think so too. But all I really know about him is his acting, and there's
Mm.
definitely a lot more to him than just telling funny jokes.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so those ones scare me the most because I don't know anything about them. But whatever, we could figure it out.
Yep.
I'm a Kevin Hart fan.
Call me, I'll tell you.
Jennifer says get Eminem. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's he promoting? The last time I heard about Eminem was he had his fight with Machine Gun Kelly or something, or Trump.
That was a while
He
back.
had a
Wow.
he had a rap against Trump or something.
Yeah, that was a while back. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything else about what he's doing, but I'm sure he's doing something. I'm not super aware about most things. I'm hyper focused on what I'm doing. But that could be fun. I think see if I'm talking Eminem, I would tell him that I believe that nobody knows how to cover "Lose Yourself." Nobody can cover "Lose Yourself." I mean, you look it up. There's so many great covers of so many great songs, but look up "Lose Yourself" and find anybody who comes even close to him on it.
But even Rap God, that's such a hard song to do. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Eminem. Yeah.
I mean, Rap God is more the speed of it,
Mm-hmm.
which people can keep up with. "Lose Yourself" is the just raw emotion in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've never seen it. I've never seen anybody cover it well. I've seen people take it in different styles. They do like a burlesque version of "Lose Yourself" or a country version, which are pretty cool. But just straight up rap, like nobody's even close. Nobody's come close. I'd like to see it.
Yeah. True.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, 0-2. That really means we need Drew. We can't get a win without Drew. We'll have to let him know. Drew, we need you. We need you back, buddy. We're back on tomorrow, guys. Still no Drew, right? Or do we have Drew tomorrow or no?
I think no, Drew's not back till Monday.
Drew's not back till Monday. Okay, so we have
back Sunday, but he's not back on the stream till Monday.
okay. We have one more day, at least 2 more games to try to redeem ourselves from our 0-2 on the day. We'll see how we do. But anyway, thank you guys for the love. Thank you, Zan, for everything as usual. Continue to believe, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Much love.